Hello everyone. Today I thought I'd do a video on a book series I've been reading recently, which is the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. I've read the other ones, but not in physical book form. Come on, good computer. Right, by the way, the publishers want to send me the next 3 of those, they're welcome to. I'd quite like the full set. But anyway, it's an excellent series, and I really like it, and obviously because I like it, I've now started reading forum threads and all that kind of thing, and I can now probably go on Mastermind with it as my specialist subject. At the moment, I might forget about it within a year. But it's really good because it's precisely what most fantasy novels aren't. Basically, it takes all the standard tropes and cliches of other fantasy things and just completely deconstructs them. Like, most fantasy is set in a medieval world. That would be horrible. Everything would... They wouldn't have forks yet. People would empty their excrement into the streets. People would just been all the time being raped and robbed and being horrendously injured. Most great battles would consist of 200,000 men on each side running at each other, and about 1,000 on the winning team, most of them going boiling pitchport in their faces, and most of the kings in charge die. I make that sound bad, however it's not, because there are so many stories being told. Basically, the way it does it is, each chapter is told through the point of view of a different character, meaning that they can get several stories told at once. It's not just the same events told through the eyes of different characters. You'll have one person who's in one part of the world, one place, and then someone on completely the other side of it, doing something completely different. And there's even a story which is on a completely different continent, but slightly connected to the main thing. And it has all of the things. It has, court intrigue, lots of fighting, though generally that's not described as much as sort of mentioned. Like, oh, there's a battle going on. What the reaction to the people in charge? Is generally their reaction. Furthermore, no matter how big the character seems, how often he's appeared or she's appeared, no matter what they've done, don't get attached to them because they're not safe. Nobody is safe. Characters who are in 3 of the first 3 books do loads of stuff are just casually killed at the end of chapters, and even just people like, oh, you'd normally think, oh, so and so is amazing, and he'd survive till the end. No, so and so who's amazing probably gets cut down on the street because someone was annoyed at him, or something like that. Everybody in the book's really horrible. Basically, the idea is basically there isn't a good or bad team. It's just who's the least nasty, because a lot of the thing they mention is a lot of it's like, especially in this book here, A Clash of Kings, which implies that several people want to be king and are fighting. Now, at some point, somebody says basically, nobody really cares apart from us. All of the sort of common people, just want there to be peace, and they don't really care who's in charge. That never happens. Wherever they are, there'll be people with various allegiances going through, telling them all they're all traitors, and pulling them off to work as servants in, castles and that kind of thing. Basically, it's just what a fantasy world would really be like. And there is some magic in it. It's just that it's not just, and the wizard fired bolts of lightning from his hands. It's more sort of quiet and like blood magic, that kind of thing. Like, you can only bring someone back to life with magic if you kill someone else, which makes sense. And all kinds of, lots of blood is involved, lots of setting things on fire by putting blood on them, which doesn't make that much sense, but ho-hum. So that's why you should read A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. Don't worry, you've got a lot of time to catch up. The last couple of gaps between books were 5 years and then 6 years. And he's a tendency to scrap large sections of books, so if you're worried that you won't be in time for the next book, don't worry, only count in July, so if I'm doing my 30th anniversary video, that's probably about the same time the next one will come out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I've, convinced you all. Bye bye.